What is up, everybody? Chris Shirley here, aka Sandlot, community content developer for Out of the Park Baseball. It is time for our flagship program this week in Perfect Team. It's Thursday, May 14th, 2020, episode number 72. We have a great episode on tap now tonight, as we are going to go through a 12-card set personally curated by my friend and yours, Mr. Paul Sporer of Fangraphs himself, as he will have an article going up on Fangraphs tomorrow explaining in depth his 12 cards, why he picked them. So make sure you guys look forward to that. Again, and that'll be over. You give him the best thing to do, listen, give him a follow on the Twitter machine, twitter.com/Sporer. Either he or Dishnet can throw the link in the chat, and he'll have that article posted on his Twitter when it's up tomorrow, and you guys can check it out. A little bit of insight into the cards that he picked as well. I should...
a little bit of the bubbly.
Hashtag sponsored, not sponsored. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to diving into this set. There's some goodies. There is some goodies for sure. What's going on, guys? One quick little announcement and one show the hat. It's a Fisher Cats. It's a common hat that I wear on stream. So one little minor announcement and one gigantic, huge. I tweeted out earlier today that there was going to be a huge announcement, and there is going to be a huge announcement, and it's not the huge announcement that we already made today. It's a totally different one. You guys may have noticed, if you've been on the auction house at all today, that the auction house is, yes, it is different than the Dream Bracket 2 announcement. You guys may have noticed the auction house is a little faster today. And by a little bit faster, I mean, holy crap, the auction house is ridiculously much faster than it was. I mentioned, I don't know if it was last week or the week before. What was I saying? Yeah, I mentioned last week or the week before that the team was focused on optimizing our existing infrastructures for Perfect Team. This morning, they deployed some optimizations that they have been working on for the auction house. And yeah, reviews have been pretty good. We fixed a couple of initial little bugs. There was one of the filters that wasn't working properly. But yeah, so in regards, now see, someone's already asked the question. There are no plans to remove the 50 auction cap limit. We literally implemented the optimizations literally in the last 12 hours. So we're not immediately going to take the cap off. As I've said every single time we get asked, there are no plans, no timetables, no ETAs, no date you can circle on a calendar. That at this point we are not committed to removing the 50 auction cap limit. There are no plans to remove the auction cap limit. What else is going on in here? Upping the tourney limit, we're not going through that again this week. Can we bump it to 51? Maybe. Like I said, no plans to increase the auction house limit from 50. And here's the thing, and I know here's the thing. I want to reiterate, because every time I say there are no plans to limit or to increase the limit, when we decreased the limit, 42 teams were affected. That's it. There are 10,000 plus teams in Perfect Team. When we reduced the cap, 42 teams were affected. I believe it was 42 or 46. Johnny Balls, okay, guys, you don't need to keep posting the same message over and over. Players that are part of the MLB Players Association, we don't have any control over that. Current MLB PA players are in the game with the license. We have no control over that. Pretty sure we addressed that last year when it happened. But players that okay, guys, we're not getting into a philosophical discussion about the 50 cap. I answered the question. I'm just saying there was 42 teams that are hurt by the 50 cap limit. There are no plans to increase the 50 cap limit, and until that changes, I'm not going to answer that question anymore. Because every time this is what happens. The chat gets off the rails and people are saying, well, listen, you can make all the cases you want. The 50 cap limit is what it is. It's not going anywhere. There are no plans to increase it. And from now on, I you know what, that's my bad. I regret going deeper into it. From now on, when I get asked the question, the answer is going to be, we have no plans to increase the 50 cap limit. Now, Johnny Balls, you're dangerously close to taking a walk, my friend. Not in the mood, chat. Not in the mood. All right. Now, you guys may have seen it earlier today. MLB announced the Dream Bracket 2. You can find it in the chat. Exclamation point Dream Bracket. They decided to do something a little different this time, taking 64 of the greatest single season teams that are going to compete. It's going to be powered by Out of the Park Baseball. Now before everybody goes on the big tirade, we had no control over the teams. The teams were selected by the guys over at MLB. We put them in the sim. So before you complain that Team X was not included, we had no control over that. Don't yell at me. I'm sorry. The other thing is, people mentioned teams like 27 Yankees aren't in it. MLB decided to focus on post-World War II teams, with the exception of the Negro League team, which is in there, which I believe is based in 1931. That's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be similar to what they did last time. They're going to be hosting it over on MLB.com. It's going to be on the Twitter, the MLB Network Twitch feed, which is going to be great. But yeah, if you guys go, boom, there's enough of that. Fabic, I have no idea. I'm not involved. Like, those are not questions I can find out. I think it's similar to it might be similar to the first one. The first bracket, they used current settings like 2019. Yeah, I think they're doing the same for this one, but I'm not really involved in the ins and outs of it. But it's going to be really cool. It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, it's going to be similar to before. They're going to be doing some streams over on twitch.tv/MLB Network. Make sure you guys follow over there. Again, if you hit the link in the chat, exclamation point Dream Bracket, you guys can go to the link. You can see the schedule, see the first round matchups. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're very, very, very happy to be a part of it. J-Times, there will be a quick start. We released a quick start for the first Dream Bracket. I don't see why we wouldn't release a quick start for the second one. But we're not going to release it until after it gets going in a little bit. Like I said, we released the quick start for the first one after the first Dream Bracket was over, like a couple days later. I think it ended on Tuesday, and we released it on Wednesday. So, yeah. I have no idea. I haven't seen it. I'm not involved. I'm just talking about it. So, different camera angles. I have no idea what the camera angles are, what the recording is. Like I said, that's a different aspect of the team. But the one part of the sort of, kind of Dream Bracket, maybe not, that I am involved in is what my huge, gigantic Somebody might be able to grab it. Hey, J-Times, do me a favor. Send me a whisper with that question, and I can send you the link after the stream. If you send a whisper here to the OOTP Developments Twitch, once the stream is over, I'll go to the forums and I'll get the link and I can send it to you. Or you can go to the forums. It's on the forums. It's going to be pinned under the OOTP general discussion forums. But the part of the dream bracket that I'm sort of, kind of, maybe a little bit involved in is what I'm about to show you guys right now. Because we decided, you know what, listen, as I've said 3 times on this stream already, I'm not really involved in the dream bracket, but I felt a little left out. So what I decided to do is I'm going to throw my own dream bracket kickoff tournament, because why not? Like, I'm not going to let everybody else have all the fun. We're jumping in on this. We're getting in on this train. So we're going to have a one-time Dream Bracket 2 kickoff tournament. Listen, I see the hype in the chat, but hold the hype just for a second. Because what's on the next slide is the part you're going to want to get hyped about. Not only are we throwing a Dream Bracket 2 kickoff tournament, it is going to be probably the best rewarded tournament we're going to have in maybe a long time. Because what we've got up for grabs, let's get the ticker off the screen for a second. First place, special edition Jackie Robinson. Second place, 1927 Babe Ruth. Third place and fourth place, Peak Joe Medwick. And for 5th through 8th, you're going to get 96 Tim Hudson. All the specifics are up at the top. Registration will go live tomorrow. I don't have a specific time, so keep it locked to Twitter, Discord forums, wherever you follow us. We'll put it out there when the tournament is available for registration. The tournament will kick off on Thursday, May 21st at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be 128 teams, historical cards only, with no tier cap, and it will be a best-of-7 format with the designated hitter. And again, look at the slew of rewards. It's historical open, no tier cap. It's just historical cards only. I don't think there's going to be a cap. Let me double check that now. Hold on. Now you got me second guessing myself, chat. Wait 1 second. I got it right here. You would think, as the guy who came up with the tournament, I would remember the specifics. It is historical open. It's an open historical tournament. No tier cap, so like there's no diamond or below. There's no cap either. There is no cap. So there you go. That'll be available. Again, keep it locked tomorrow for the registration. Again, we'll put it out there on all the social medias at the same time. We'll put it on the social media at the same time, so everybody will have the same chance. And it's going to be a lot of fun to celebrate the kickoff of the Dream Bracket. And it'll also be going on during This Week in Perfect Team. So maybe we'll check in on it. Maybe. So we shall see. We shall see. That's going to be a lot of fun. Dream Bracket 2 kickoff tournament. Again, more information coming tomorrow to be able to sign up for it. It's going to be on Thursday. 128 teams, historical only, best of 7, and the best reward slew that we've given out in a tournament so far. Why isn't my thing working? There we go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the point of the evening that I am super excited about, because I always love it when there is a content set that I didn't have to put together, first of all, because A, it saves me work, less work I have to do. B, I get to see somebody else's idea for a content set and how they put it together. Not gonna lie, when Sporer sent me the list of the cards he wanted, I was blown away because I was like, this is gonna be money. This is gonna be a wonderful, great set, a lot of fun. He knocked it out of the park. But it's gonna be a good set. As per usual, this will these cards are in the game now. They're in packs now. If you can pull them now, if you bought packs earlier today, if you won a tournament a few hours ago, you can get these cards. Again, the cards are only generated when you open the pack, not when you get the pack. This is going to be a lot of fun. Let's go through. I got a few notes on what Sporer told me, his reasoning. I won't read a whole bunch of them because I don't want to spoil his article. Again, he's going to have an article going up on Fangraphs tomorrow. Dishnet, maybe you could throw Sporer's Twitter in the chat so that people can go give him a follow on the Twitter machine if you don't already. He'll be tweeting out when his article's live. He's going to have an article on Fangraphs explaining his selections. So that's going to be a lot of fun as well. Let's get started with 73 overall 2018 Nathan EOVALDI. Sporer says he's been a huge fan of his since his prospect days with the Dodgers, and it was nice to see him finally break through in a legitimate way in 2018. We have 64 stuff, 51 movement, 86 control, fastball, cutter, curveball, slider, changeup combination, 70 stamina, 77 hole runners, 49 sack bunt. Get a little bit of bunt down. It's a starter. Starter on the card, I think it says. Yeah, starter. There it is. So there you have it. There you have it. Nathan EOVALDI, 2018, 73 overall silver. Kicking it in immediately. Again, for me personally, I really like the control, especially in a silver. He's going to be a low cap guy. He's going to play well in silver tournaments. When I get into the lower tier tournaments, control is huge. The ability to not walk people, and just keep the pitch count down and keep the pressure off your bullpen. That to me in those lower end tournaments is huge. I love that. I love that so much. So Nathan EOVALDI 2018 is Sporer's first card of the evening. Let's go next to 2016 Jose Ramirez. Sporer says his breakout has been fun to follow since 2016, and this is the first hint of it. Should make for a solid card. And pretty solid card indeed. Again, low silver, but high contact, high gap power with 76 and 79. He gets 79 avoid Ks as well. Solid, not great, but solid defense at third. Again, the arm's not great. So, that's going to be a bit of a liability. This is 64 speed. Moonarch, they're in packs now, bud. They're in packs now. You can find these cards in packs already. It's going to be a nice cap card. It's going to be a nice silver tournament card as well. Again, the high contact and the high avoid Ks is a nice combination to have in those lower tier tournaments for sure. So 2016 Jose Ramirez in the game. Not bad, not bad. Sporer. If I was grading Sporer's set, which I absolutely am not, but if I was, so far he's 2 for 2. Gotta give him that. Next up, one of my favorite cards in the set, because he's one of my favorite early 90s players, 1993, 75 overall, Lance Johnson of the Chicago White Sox. Again, a little bit like the Ramirez, but better in several ways. 73 contact, 61 gap power, 7 power, 37 eye, 86 avoid Ks, which I love, 84 speed, 91 stealing, 88 base running, and again, 99 defense in center field. I don't need an arm in center field, but the 100 outfield range is amazing. Again, this would be a silver tournament staple for me, guaranteed. A cap tournament guy for me, guaranteed. Again, I love I'm on the record about how much I love the early 90s White Sox. One of my first introductions to a licensed baseball game was Sports Talk Baseball on the Sega Genesis. And I used to love playing with the White Sox in that game. They were loaded. You had Raines, you had Lance Johnson, you had Ron Karkovice, you had Dan Pasquith, Frank Thomas, Harold Baines. They were just Ozzie Guillen. They were a loaded squad. They still had Fisk in those years. Just a great season. And I love this card. So Sporers definitely 3 for 3 in my books so far. Yeah, they had Cora, they had Ventura as well. Oh, plus their pitching staff was super deep with McDowell, Alvarez, Jason Beret, Sid Fernandez. No, Alex Fernandez. And then Jaime Navarro came later. Man, they were so good. Jays did beat them in 93. Of course they did. Knew that. So there you have it. 1993, 75 Lance Johnson in the game. Next up, Bo Jackson. Everybody loves a little Bo Jackson in their life. Well, there you have it, folks. 1990, Bo Jackson, 80 overall, one-hit wonder card. Sporer says, and I quote, the man, the myth, the legend, his powder blue KC Royals jersey is the prize of my collection. 60 contact, 45 gap power, 105 power. Woo! 55 eye, 25 avoid case, 69 speed, 61 defense in left field. Pretty good arm, 72 arm. Very nice little. I mean, everyone's a huge Bo Jackson fan. Everyone was a huge Bo Jackson fan back in the day. Again, big power guy. Was always, I think a lot of people, the biggest thing with Bo Jackson was that he was such a character. Such a character on the field, was on the football field. He was just great. And then he was in the Sports All-Stars cartoon, which was even better. His break tackle, 117. So there you have it. 1990, Bo Jackson is in the game. Next up, we're going to keep it going in the golds with Aramis Ramirez, 2004 Aramis Ramirez. 72 contact, 56 gap power, 90 power overall with 20-point bump against left-handers. 48 eye, 69 avoid Ks. Not much in the old speed department. 82 air, 57 arm. Probably going to be a DH. Sporer says, a favorite fantasy baseball target of mine through his peak, including that first full year with the Cubs when he slashed 318, 373, 578 with 36 home runs in 145 games. Aramis Ramirez snapshot. Again, pretty solid 80. Not going to lie. Pretty solid 80. You could do a lot worse out there for an 80. 2004 Aramis Ramirez in the game. Lack of Tigers is disturbing. I got to say, so far he's 5 for 5, though. 5 for 5. 5 for 5 on great picks. All right, let's keep on moving. And next up, we have, he's 6 for 6 now. 1992 historical all-star Larry Walker with the Montreal Expos. 64 contact, 64 gap power, 89 power overall, 35 eye, and 46 avoid Ks. It also had the 69 speed back then. 80 steal, 89 base running. Pretty good defense in right field as well. He's got the 87 air and the 79 arm as well. Sporer says, just an absolute monster. I'm glad he made it into the Hall of Fame. Incredibly well deserved. Good. Solid little card here. 92, early 90s Larry Walker, kind of before the big offensive explosion, before he went to Coors and absolutely dominated. Not so bad. I'm liking it. Big fan. 1992 Larry Walker. We're halfway home. Sports 6 for 6. I'm good with this. I'm good with this so far. Next up, we have. Now you lose me. Bad Memories, 2005. KELVIM ESCOBAR. 71 stuff, 69 movement, 74 control, fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, splitter, 86 stamina. Solid card. As a Jays fan, I have horrible memories of KELVIM ESCOBAR. Just one of those non-superstar favorites you develop when you follow a sport long enough. Health held him back from his true upside, but he still had several good seasons, including 2006. I will agree with what Sporer said there. Escobar did have flashes of amazing potential. He had electric stuff. Absolutely electric stuff when he was on and when he was healthy. KELVIM ESCOBAR doesn't get talked about enough as one of those early 2000s, mid 2000s guys that really, really had the stuff to be a number one, number two guy. And, he couldn't stay healthy. He couldn't put it all together for seasons at a time. He had, periods of success with the Jays. He had periods of success with the Angels. Yeah, it's just one of those things, it's 2005, 2006. Hard to see. I'm looking at it's small on my screen. Small on my screen. 2006, KELVIM ESCOBAR is in the game. Next up, a fan favorite from Perfect Team 20. 2010 HONG-CHIH. Historical all-star, checking in at 87 overall, 91 stuff, 87 movement, 63 control, fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, combination, 94 on the sack bunt, which everybody loves. Sporer says he was on a winning NL-only fantasy team of mine for just $1 in 2010. He not only had a 1.20 ERA and a .78 WHIP, but also snuck 12 saves. Very fantasy useful. For OOTP purposes, is 2.71 OPS versus lefty. He's going to play extremely with several Ys. Well, I can hear Sporer saying that. Again, HONG-CHIH was a huge tournament staple in Perfect Team 20. I'm sure he's going to be a huge tournament staple yet again in Perfect Team 21. 87 overall, HONG-CHIH 2010 version is in the game. Next up, we have 2008? 2009? Man, I gotta make those fonts bigger on the cards. It's bothering me. Takashi Saito is in the game. 91 stuff, 88 movement, 72 control, fastball, curveball. Is that the same? No, it's different. Similar but different. Fastball, curveball, slider, splitter, 16 stamina. The sack bunt is what gave it away, chat, that it wasn't the same screenshot. Sporer says, a fun ready to complement Quo. There's already a peak Saito for the Dodgers, but the Red Sox iteration offers a solid budget option. Decimated righties. Wasn't bad versus lefties. Great card. 2008 Takashi Saito. All good. We'll sneak that 2009 in for you later, buddy. All of your people talk to my people. Buck Cheek, may as well just mark on Matt Clement cards as -1, because the first one we ever create, I'm going to make it so nobody can ever pull it. Just for fun. Just for fun. So Takashi Saito, 89 overall, is in the game. We're getting into the goodies, chat. There's some goodies left, don't you worry. Next up, we have, oh baby, it's Peak Albert Belle. Peak Albert Belle, one of the community's favorite cards to request over and 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 over. It's Albert Belle. 84 contact, 85 gap power, 107 power with a 122 against lefties, 66 eye, 65 avoid Ks. Plays both corner outfield positions with the 82 arm. Sporer says, and I quote, he wasn't a great guy. But he was overly vilified in the media. His 50 double 50 homer season is insane and overlooked. The craziest part is it was in the strike shortened 95 season. He did it in 143 games. You know what? I always love, and I see it, it's been circulating lately. The Albert Belle when he was with the Orioles, where he gets plunked on the hand on an up and in pitch, and he refuses to go to first. That's the Albert Belle. That's the Albert Belle that I know and love, for sure. That's the Albert Belle that I choose to. Fraser Byrne, we're not allowed to use real pictures for historical players. I mean, we'd have to license each and every one of them, and that's way too expensive. The game would end up costing like $300. We don't want to do that. So you get the little nice little ghosties. Historical cards. The only real player pictures we have are on the live series cards. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, strap in nice and tight. Because first of all, it is time for our giveaway. 3 prizes. That's not the right one. Oh, I can turn that back on, I guess. 3 prizes of 10,000 perfect points apiece. You cannot win if you are not in. Exclamation point ticket in the chat. Once only, gets you in the draw. We'll leave it open for 3 or 4 minutes, and we will reveal it, the winners, after we reveal the headliner of Sporer's set. Now listen, you guys know I read everything you guys say. Don't always respond to it, but I read it. And when we announced that Sporer was going to be doing a set, a lot of people said a lot of things. Like there was going to be 12 Curtis Grandersons. So far, 11 cards deep, no Curtis Grandersons. Okay. People said there'd be a lot of Tigers. 11 cards deep, no Tigers. Well, here's the thing, chat. One of those 2 things have to give. When Sporer sent me the list, I sent him back, hey, how about this one? It's like the whole you slide me a list and I slide you back the list with that little hot fire extra a little addition on it that I'm like, listen, you're on the right track, but let me help you out. So we came to an agreement on who his headliner would be. I made some calls, called up the head office. I said, listen, I got Sporer on the horn. We need a top flight card to anchor Sporer's set. Something that's going to make Sporer happy. Something that's going to make the fans proud. You know, something that's going to make Charlotte happy, because I'm all about making sure that Charlotte is happy. So Charlotte, this one's for you. I'm kidding. That's not we have one more after this. This one is 2013 Hanley Ramirez. See, chat? I'm all about the troll. Epic Snaggle J trolls. But this is a great card. 93 contact, 85 gap power, 93 power overall. Lefty heavy on the splits, 51 eye, 56 avoid Ks, 60 speed. Great little card here for sure. Sporer says on the Hanley, has season with the Dodgers is one of the best runs I've ever seen. 345, 402, 638 with 20 homers, 10 stolen bases in 86 games. Obviously, by this point of his career, Hanley was a little bit of a defensive liability. Some would say he was a defensive liability for his entire career. I'm not those people. But you can't argue with how good of hitting he is. Again, you can be able to use him in diamond tournaments if you pull him at a lower level, or you're in the market for a new shortstop. Hey, you'll be rolling with this. Now, okay. I messed up on the last one, chat. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the last one. We've had Bell, Jackson, Walker, Hanley, Jose, Aramis, all the Ramirez twins. Quo, EOVALDI, ESCOBAR, Saito, Lance Johnson. Now that I can count to 12, I reveal to you perfect Justin Verlander. Yes, that's right. The anchor of tonight's set is peak Justin Verlander. 111 stuff, 82 movement, 88 control, fastball, sinker, curveball, slider, changeup. I see a lot of people just typing random characters in the chat. I don't know what that means. Peak Justin Verlander, a little bit right-handed. You see he's got 8 higher stuff against righties. He's got 6 higher movement against righties and 3 higher control against righties. A absolute top-level Justin Verlander. Got to do Verlander the justice. We even got the movement in there as well this time. Again, I don't think it would be a set representative of Sporer if you didn't have at least one Tiger in the set. Like, come on. So there it is, peak 100, Justin Verlander. Sporer says, he's my favorite pitcher ever. I'm thrilled to get his peak version in my set. It was our pleasure, my friend, to be able to make that happen for you. Guys, if you haven't entered the giveaway yet, you have 60 seconds to do so. Exclamation point ticket at the top of the screen, 60 seconds left. If you haven't entered yet, you can only enter once. If you ain't in, you can't win. So there you have it, folks. Sporer's Sandlot Stars available now. We've got peak Justin Verlander, 94 HANLEY RAMIREZ, 94 Albert Belle, 89 Takashi Saito, 87 HONG-CHIH, 85 KELVIM, 80 Larry Walker, 80 Bo Jackson, 80 ARAMIS Ramirez, 75 Lance Johnson, 73 Nathan EOVALDI, and behind my chair, which he was in the recap video as well, 73 Jose Ramirez. What a great set. Thank you so much to Paul for taking part in this with us. It was a lot of fun. Like I said, I love doing this stuff. Yeah, if you guys didn't see the bot notification, don't worry. If you typed it, you're in. There's 206 people in the giveaway right now. Woo! Crazy, crazy, crazy. So it was a lot of fun doing this with Sporer. Guys, if you guys didn't know, we actually have a tournament for Sporer as well. It runs on Tuesday nights. He streams it over on his Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Sporer. Guys, we're going to close the giveaway in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The giveaway is closed. The giveaway is closed. Guys, as always, if your name gets drawn in the giveaway, make sure you whisper us on Twitch or DM me in the Discord with your username and the proper capitalization and your team name, and I will get you those points as soon as the stream is over. Congratulations to Teamart 2727, B Phil B, and Proboscis Monkey. Why you guys have usernames I can't pronounce? Congratulations to those 3 users who have all won 10,000 perfect points apiece. Again, either whisper me here or DM me in the old Discord, and I'll get you those points afterwards. Yeah, I did see that. I want you guys to know that, again, Sporer sent me a giant list of cards that he wanted to use, and I had to go through and strike some that are, for lack of a better way to describe it, already booked for something else. And we able to make this work. The dude put so much effort into it, he sent me a list with 138 cards on it. That's how much effort Sporer put into this thing. Like, and then we worked together and we went back and forth a couple times and fix it up. So yeah, he did, like, for those saying, well, he didn't have a Yelich or he didn't have enough Tigers or a Granderson or whatever. Like I said, there were some cards that he had on the thing that are already earmarked for other stuff. Just saying. So guys, again, if you won the giveaway, make sure you guys hit me up. And I will get you guys those points after the stream is over. Rich will be here in 20 minutes with his Thursday night playoff prep or relegation prep, whatever state his team is currently in this week. Hard to say. Next week. Oh, next week. Woo-hoo-hoo. Next week, chat. Oh, man. Next week, we have the 5th and final set of Elite Spotlight Series cards that will cover 1981 to 2010. Rich. Chris. I don't know where your team is at, Rich. Maybe you're in the relegation zone. Maybe you're pushing for the playoffs. I don't know. I'm just covering both ends. Maybe you're middling in the middle of the pack. I should cover the whole spectrum of where Rich could be. But yeah, next week we have the 5th and final set of Elite Spotlight Series cards covering 1981 to 2010. And we are going to be kicking off the next phase of our collection missions program. We're getting into the Team of the Decade collections. They're going to be a lot of fun. We got some really sick, nasty cards coming out of this part of the collections program. So make sure you guys are following the channel at the top. Spank that follow button as hard as you can. Join the club here on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. And make sure you guys follow us everywhere we are, all around the internet. Facebook.com/OOTP Baseball, Twitter.com/OOTP Baseball, and Twitter.com/OOTP Perfect Team. Discord.gg/OOTP. Steamrollers, I'm not worried. Although he did get further than me in the TWIPT Weekly Showdown last week, which is fine. Forums.OOTPdevelopments.com and Instagram.com/OOTP Perfect Team and Out of the Park Baseball. Guys, again, Rich will be here in about 20 minutes. Go grab a snack, grab a drink, stretch your legs, take the dog out for a walk, change your shirt, whatever you got to do. Get ready for Rich's streams, and he'll be here in a little bit. Guys, as always, another fantastic. Thank you guys so much for making this another great episode of the show. We couldn't do it without you guys. Whew. Damn. As always, I have been Chris Jardine, a.k.a. Snaggle J, community and content developer for Out of the Park Baseball. And until next time, keep swinging for the fences.